Okay, this game mode is called Tile Trekkers, and I think the best strategy is to just watch people and see where they're going. You want to avoid people. You don't want to I mean, you do want to cross paths with people, but you don't want people stealing your tiles. So what I like to do when it first starts is go places where people are unlikely to go. Like, this is a good place, except, well, she went away, but this is a good place, and these tiles, like up here, they're good to capture, or to just run over, you know. Anywhere that's white, pretty much, I guess, is where people are unlikely to go. So, yeah, just stick to the white tiles, and then when it gets to the later stages, you want to start sticking to the walls, because you could get the most tiles by just jumping like this along the walls when it's like at the last 20 seconds. The reason you don't want to do that early is because everyone likes sticking to the wall, though. That's why I like just running around the middle, going places where people are unlikely to go, and then, like right now, it's at the last 20 seconds. I'll go to the part of the wall where no one's at, where I'll just follow behind someone without them noticing, though. Preferably without them noticing. Or they might turn back and start following you. I'm not really doing it that well right now, but and that's what I like to do on this game mode. Although I don't think I won this, but those are my tips for this game mode. Actually, never mind, I did win, so you see the tips obviously work. I think this game mode is called Firefighters, and well, first you want to go in here and turn shift lock on is the best thing to do. And what you want to do on this one, just go on shift lock, zoom out. You want to touch the water. You need to touch the water every time you put out a fire. And then just sit like right here, and then jump like that. Just jump down, touch the water. You don't want to do that, but you want to try and jump up like this, and then onto there. So like that, if there's a fire all the way at the top, and just keep repeating this until you eventually win. Okay, I won, and something else I forgot to mention, you want to always go for the fire that you're closest to, and then go back down. Like, if you're running up to the top level, but then a fire spawns in the second level and you're there, just put the fire out on the second level, get the water, and then go to wherever the closest fire is. Now obviously, you can't really do that on mobile, so on mobile I would probably suggest going in first person, and then if you can jump up the levels that way, then do it, but if you can't, then I would just run up normally, since that's all you can really do. I'm just gonna stop saying the name of the game modes, since no one really gives a shit what they're called, but the strategy for this one is avoid fighting for as long as possible. If you're on mobile, that's especially true, since it's completely shit on mobile. If you're mobile, I'd probably suggest going up to on top of a roof, like where that girl is. There's also a place you could hide behind there, or there. There's like a ladder up there, I'm pretty sure, and just hide as long as possible. If you're on a computer, probably play on third person or first. I mean, really depends on your preference, whatever you're better at shooting with, and just shoot as many people as you can, hide behind there. I personally play in third person because you could look over the walls that way. You can know where everyone is, situational awareness. And if you're mobile and you're like camping up there, you want to wait as long as possible, because it's really sucks on mobile. And then if anyone's coming, like climbing up a ladder or trying to shoot you, you could try shooting them. But if you get on like 1 HP, I would just suggest running out the timer, since this game mode is really bad for mobile. I can't say enough how bad this game mode is in mobile. Just run out the timer and take your chance. You have a 50-50 chance of winning if there's 2 people alive. You have virtually no chance on beating someone that's on a computer, since it's just completely fucked. This one, you just memorize the ingredients it shows on the screen. And what I like to do in this one is just open the chat, okay, or write it down. Don't write it down, actually, that's pretty shit. But write down or just type the first letter of each. So dough, butter, frosting, what was not shown, salt. I do that with every single one, and if it gets a little too fast for you to do that, just, well, it shouldn't matter when it starts getting too fast, since normally the answers get really obvious when it starts getting like so fast you can't do anything. But yeah, just do that. And well, yeah, this is pretty much it. Just memorize what's shown. One thing also, sometimes like there's sugar and salt, so if you just do S, it could be sugar or salt. So that's kind of a little warning if you want to do the exact same thing I do, that sometimes it won't work if it's like flour frosting or two of the same thing. And a little tip that I've noticed is spice usually is never shown. And apparently I got that wrong, since I'm not really focusing entirely on the game anymore, just making tips on how to win. But that's generally the best thing to do. Also, I forgot to mention there's a game mode exactly like this, but instead of ingredients, it's shapes. And with that game mode, I don't type it out like I did in chat, like on the ingredients. I don't type out the shapes because like I think there's too many shapes that have the same beginning first letter, and it's personally harder for me to do it with it just showing the shapes versus the actual wording. But you could try it if you want. I don't do it. It doesn't work for me, but maybe do it and try it yourself. Maybe it'll work for you. Okay, so on this one, I started this late because I was doing something else, but you start here, you need to jump across the ladder, press the button, and then go back. The perfect score in this game mode is 6, although I doubt you could get that unless you're using an auto clicker or something and you're playing perfectly. Like, you have to play absolutely perfect or you will not get 6, but if you get 6, you're pretty much guaranteed to win. Although this server looks like they're pretty good, someone has a 5. That's typically the highest you're gonna get, and it's the first person to get 5 is the winner, usually, unless someone gets 6, obviously. But yeah, so just jump as quickly as possible, try clicking quickly as possible, then turn back, and then repeat. If you have an auto clicker, maybe use that if you want to get the perfect score of 6. Guaranteed win if you play perfectly, but just be careful not to fall. It's kind of hard to fall in that game mode though, since all you have to really do is hold W and hold spacebar at the same time, except at the last jump of each, because there's like a little more distance you have to jump across, so you have to jump a little later. Just don't fall. Alright, this one, you just need to stay on the platforms, but there's a there's a glitch you could do that kind of just breaks the entire game mode. Although I'm not going to be going over how to perform the glitch on this game mode. I mean on this video, but I'm sure if you look up freeze glitch on YouTube or just Google or whatever the fuck you want to look it up on, it will show a video teaching you how to do it yourself. So yeah, that's the biggest tip if you want to just win this game with every time. But it's kind of cheating, kind of not. So do it as you want, if you want. But what I like to do on this game mode, just you need to stay in between like 2 different tiles that are not gone inside. That was a fucking, what the fuck was that lag? Okay, anyways, just try staying in between. Shift lock if you have it. Mobile, don't go first person, probably. I would probably stay in third person. But yeah, just stay in between 3. You want to have the most opportunities to escape as possible. And if you're gonna get wrecked if you're about to die and you still have the bottom one, maybe try prioritizing jumping down to that. Although it's pretty common sense, but the biggest tip for that game mode is look up the freeze glitch. It's no exploits. You don't have to install anything. Just look it up. It's probably the best thing to do to win that. Although, you know what? Just minimize your Roblox. Go up here and then don't left click, right click, and then it freezes and it keeps you floating. And do it up to 50 seconds. If you go over 50 or 45 seconds, it will kick you from the game. It's not an exploit. I doubt you'll get banned for it, but you might. So, although the chances are very, very slim. So do it as you see fit. It's not really much of a risk, but if you're scared, then don't do it. That's the biggest tip. And then this one is the golf game mode. There really is no tips for this other than just aim for the highest numbers, since it's kind of RNG with these things going up and down. So okay, this one is the guaranteed win if you're on PC. If you're on mobile, just third person and spam jump and avoid the suitcases, I guess. But if you're on PC, there's a really easy trick on this one to guarantee you the win. So what you want to do is go on shift lock first of all, run up here, just spam jump, and you want to purposely jump on suitcases like that, and then just do that. And then if you're landed face down, jump up, and then try landing on this invisible barrier. There's invisible barriers there, all the way across here, and between every single one. Okay, and once you're up here, you can jump down here, go over here, you do whatever you want now. Just be sure to stay away from that, because they still kill you. I've seen people die from running that way to here. Don't do that. Bad idea. It will kill you. And just wait now if you're on PC. Could consider it cheating, but it's the easiest trick to win this. Who knows when they'll patch it? If they will. They rarely update this shitty game anyway, so. But yeah, easiest tip to win this one. If you're on mobile, just jump, spam jump, avoid the suitcases, don't go too far back. Eventually, the conveyor will go faster than your running speed, so you will need to jump or you will get pushed back farther than you can run with just sprinting normally. Oh yes, also I forgot to mention there's a game mode exactly like this. Except of suitcases, it's just cut lumber. It's lumber. So just do that. It's a little bit harder to get onto the invisible wall, but it's the same concept. You just avoid what I showed you. You can walk back and just chill for the rest of the round, or you could chill on the invisible wall. Although people might think you're cheating. Although they'll probably think you're cheating if you do it anyways, so do it. And there's like no risk of getting banned. It's not like you're exploiting, so yeah. Both game modes, luggage leapers and lumber leapers. You could do the same glitch on both of them. See, look, this person thinks I'm cheating, even though I'm not cheating. So, if you use that glitch, do be prepared to get some backlash, because people will probably target exploiters, or people they think are exploiters. So, yeah, if you have a good reputation with the whole lobby, or you think you could just beat the whole lobby normally, just play normally and beat the whole lobby that way. But if there's some good players and they're after you and you're after them, there's kind of rivalry, then do it. No reason not to. It's easy. Okay, this one is called... Actually, I just said we don't care about the names. None of us care about the names. So let's just go over the bullshit. The left side, like around here, there's going to be a more button to press. On the left, or on the right side, there's going to be a less button. On the left... Bro, what am I? On the left side, more. On the right side, less, okay? And you're determining if the left side has more or less than the right side. So just Okay, it's obviously more, so just spam click like right there, and then click more easily. I'm not competing, so I can't show you exactly where the button is, but that's a rough idea of where it is. Just be prepared to hit it immediately. Do not give the other person enough time to react. If you also have an auto clicker, you can use that on this one. Just remember left more, right less, and you determine if the left side has more or less than the right side. Alright, so this one, you need to run into the room and find a shape. You don't really have to, it shows the shape right there that you're looking for, but I mean, may as well look at it while you're just waiting here, sitting here, waiting for the dude to talk. But what I like to do on this one, stick to the left side. There's a staircase going up that way. And what I normally do on this one, although there's probably a better strategy for this one, I use shift lock, okay? And then when you're moving up, look, and there's a thing that can spawn there, and in this room, there's like a couple spawn points. And there's none spawned here, so when I'm done checking there, I normally just go over here, and just look down, see if there's any. Whoa, that did not used to be there. They must have actually updated the game. That's surprising. Well, I guess just running there, looking there, and while you're running, just keep an eye out on the spawn points I showed you. Most of the time there will be a spawn in the room or on that place over there. There's a little bit of parkour that you have to do to get on that place. I'll show you when I run in there again. Never go on the right side, it's just worse. Left side, always just check. And there's the parkour, like right there. Just jump on there, go that way, bang. But look, there's a shape. Like I said, usually a shape in this room. That's why I like going in there. And then if there's no shape, just run to the place where I did the first round. And that would probably give you the highest chance of winning. Although this game mode is not mostly luck, but like maybe 30% luck. And 70% just having a good strategy going into it. Also, there's glass in the room you're gonna go into anyway, so if you can look while running at the same time and it doesn't slow you down that much, you may as well. But there's a high chance you could miss it if you're just running, but normally, I guess you could just look in the room, see if it's there, and then if it's not, just go that way and go there. And you should win most of the time. Let's see if I win this one. It's down to the last two, so as you can see, my strategy is not completely trash, at least. Oh, she got it. That's unlucky. She went into the. That's a bad room to go into, in my opinion. You have to get kind of lucky. If you go in there and there's nothing in there, you're kind of screwed if they're going the other way, I'd say. Like I said, the 30% chance, she got the 30% chance. And unfortunately, she won, but 70% of the time you will win if you just follow my strategy. Okay, this is another game mode that is completely broken if you just use the levitation glitch I showed in the, what was it? It was that one that the floor from under you just went into the wall. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's completely breakable. There's just, okay, well, you don't do what I did, but normally you want to stick to the corners for the beginning parts, and the floor will slowly shrink in. Okay, when it gets too small, you could actually just jump in and then start levitating for like 50 seconds. You don't want to levitate up here because the tornado can still kill you when you're levitating up there. So just jump down in there, levitate, 50 seconds, 45 seconds, start a stopwatch so you can time it properly and guarantee you win. Or if you have a friend that could message you, not on Roblox obviously since it completely freezes Roblox, but like if you have Discord or anything, you just get them to message you saying, hey, it's over, you won, and then you could stop levitating so you don't get disconnected. But if you're playing solo, I don't know if you should use the levitation glitch, because it will really hurt your reputation in the lobby. People will not like you, and if it gets to the final two and they're voting for who wins, they are not likely to vote you unless, I don't know, I don't know. Just watch the first video and see how you can prepare for the final two and win the game ultimately. But that's kind of the strategy. Just stay to the corners, avoid the tornado, jump in if it's getting kind of late and you want to guarantee yourself the win. Okay, this game mode is kind of straightforward. You just collect the object the dude tells you to go get. Also, first person. Third person's kind of fucking buggy. Don't do third person, or else it fucks up your ability to grab the objects for some reason. Also, auto clicker, if you have it, obviously makes it 10 times easier to win this shit. Makes it pretty much impossible unless you're against other people with auto clickers. And also spam W when it's first starting, because I think if you hold W before you can actually move, it doesn't let you move anyways. Even when they grant you your walk speed back, you have to press W again to start moving. And also, what I like to do is stand between two different tiles, so like people get confused, because it looks like you're on both. So sometimes I've seen people, let's say I'm in the middle and I'm actually occupying this tile. Someone will actually go here and then just sit there the entire round and then end up losing because idiot didn't realize that I'm on this tile, not this one. So, yeah. And also another thing. Oh, I don't know how he did that, but just situational awareness. You want a gun for the one that's closest to you, especially if it's the last two. And you want to be first person, and you're gonna want to be spamming that W button. Actually, let me test this right now and make sure I'm not bullshitting you guys. I'll hold W and I'll see if I move forward. So let's see. Although I don't think I'm going to, but maybe I've been lying to myself and you guys the entire time. No, you have to press W again. So like I said, spam W. Damn it. Yeah, spam W when you're starting, or when the round's starting. That's pretty much it for this game mode. Okay, so this one is, yeah, just watch. Oh, I forgot the hamburger. What am I doing? Why am I so retarded? Good thing that guy's retarded too, though. Anyways, so the strategy, if you need to get all of them, you want to go for there, since it's faster that way, I think. But if you only need like the ingredients up here, then go for that one. So like, and be sure to avoid the trash can though. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole thing. You need all of them, go for the one closest there. If you need only the ones up there, go for one over there. And also, make sure you jump on top of the ingredients instead of touching it. It makes it slower if you touch it instead of jump on top of it. Okay, so on this game mode, general tips. Um, well, your general guide is just stay where the most clouds are. And by the way, this game mode is completely breakable by just doing that levitation thing we already showed. And also, if you want to look, maybe you don't want to, my camera's weird for some reason. Anyways, if you want to just beat this game legitimately when you're on mobile and can't levitate, just stay where the most clouds are. And if you have a teammate, you generally don't want to split up, since you don't want to be together just in case your land or your area starts falling apart. So like, if you have a teammate, maybe one of you goes over there and one over there. And also, if you start getting low on clouds, go on these blue clouds. They're harmless. All they do is slow you down for a couple seconds. They're just safe blocks essentially that guarantee won't disappear from under you until they turn white again, which they can't turn white again. But yeah, levitate completely breaks shit. Stay on blue clouds if you want to stay safe, and generally just stick to more clouds to increase your chances of winning to the highest. Like right now, where everything was falling apart around me, I just went on the blue. Although I would have been fine if I stayed, but there's a 1 in 4 chance. You don't need to risk. And also, if you're like, if I'm dead and it's just those people alive and they're all together, you want to try jumping before the cloud disappears. Oh shit. Well, I'm probably gonna get fucked. Yeah, okay, anyways. I would say I had the best chances of winning that anyway. I did the best I could, although, did I though? I probably could have won if I just went over there, but I wasn't really paying attention, more just talking. So yeah. Okay, so for this game mode, it's pretty straightforward. Just avoid the bombs. But if there begins to become too many bombs, keep track of which bombs are falling first, because they all have the same explosion, right? So you want to be closer. Like if bombs are all over and a bomb landed right here recently, just stay over here. You want to, and then just you want to have a time in your head of when all the bombs are going to go off. And also be careful, because the bombs can land on your head and then fling you off if you get super unlucky, but it's unlikely to happen. So yeah, just if the whole map's covered with bombs, just stay closer to the bombs that are going to explode later. And I'm levitating. Then another game mode breakable by the most overpowered glitch in the game. And I don't want these guys to win since they're like a team of 3. So, um, I don't even know if I would. Oh, well, I won anyway, so, you know. They're gonna win anyway, but I don't want to get fucking evicted. Okay, so the strategy for this one is just to. You want to start doing this eventually. Fucking if it would let me jump up, okay? So, when it gets fast enough, you're able to jump like this. And the thing is, they changed it so it starts getting really fucking fast. So eventually you're gonna be able to jump over 2 and then 3. But you wanna be high enough up. The reason I was down so low is because I had to tab out to start the recording. So if I was higher up, I probably would have survived that because I would have been able to start jumping 2 and then 3. So yeah, just jump side, side, side. And you can even do this on mobile with third person, but yeah, it's better on PC, easier on PC, obviously, for obvious reasons. So that's the. Oh, also, it's totally breakable by just levitating as well. Another game mode that you can just totally destroy in no risk of getting bans, since a, it's not an exploit. It's not cheating. I mean, you could argue it's cheating, but it's not an exploit, and you're not technically cheating. So, yep. Um, for this one, just you have to collect one of each shape and just collect shapes closest to the box. That's literally everything. That's all you have to do for this game mode is collect the closest shapes to the box and click fast to pick up your shapes faster and make sure you're running back. It's a pretty easy game mode as long as you're getting most of the shapes closest to the box and denying other people the opportunity to collect the shapes that are close to the box. If you can get majority of the shapes that spawn near the box, you're almost guaranteed to win unless you get unlucky with your last shape, but I find that kind of unlikely. I find this game mode extremely easy most of the time.